Have you ever wondered why some relationships, some friendships, or life in general, it seems like the same thing happens all the time? The relationship that just ended happened in the last relationship, or what has happened in the last friendship happened in this friendship. It's like, even though the circumstances or the people look different, it seems like the same thing keeps happening. Well, you ain't the only one. Stay tuned to the very end because we're going to be diving deep and understanding these habitual patterns that keep showing up in your life and how to change them by one simple thing: meeting your own needs. I'll explain. So let's dive deep now. Imagine if I really danced like that. Or sing like that. Or stop. What is up, you beautiful beings? Welcome back on another episode on Embracing the Ascension series. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Brittany Fonson. What I do on this channel, I speak about spirituality, emotional awareness, esoteric content, all that good cosmic wisdom to simplify your spiritual journey. And now, if you guys are looking for healing services or even some spiritual guidance, all of my services are in the link in the description below. Ugh, girl, just almost choked. No, not that way. You nasty. You fucking nasty. No. Especially if you guys are looking for a tarot card reading, all of my services, like I said, are in the link in the description underneath this video. So go check out my website where everything that you need to know about me or every services that I have, go and check that out, boo. But if you enjoy content just like this, hit that like button, subscribe to this channel, hit that notification button so you won't miss out on any videos. Now, beautiful beings, follow me on Instagram as well. Follow me on Instagram. If you're gonna do all that Gucci shit, if you don't know what Gucci means, it means good. All right, anyhow, let me stop babbling. Let me get right into this because I have done some very, very deep inner child healing this entire weekend. And I know you might be asking, well, what does that have to do with patterns? That has everything to do with the habitual patterns that keep facilitating themselves in your life. It seems like nothing is ever changing. It seems like no matter what I do, I'm still left out in the cold. I'm still abandoned, or, nothing seems to work out in my favor. I can't hold a relationship. I can't hold a friendship. I can't change my life. I can't manifest this. I can't do that. All of these things that we keep telling ourselves, which does create the story, but we're going to dive a little deeper in that. So please stay tuned to the very end and have compassion for yourself, because a lot of us don't know that we do this. And what we do is that we manipulate ourselves into thinking that we need the outer world to meet our needs. That is where we trip up. But that's not anyone's fault. It will be your fault if you're aware of the pattern and you keep ignoring it. Yes, it is your fault. So let's take responsibility, because a lot of us act like we're adults, but really we're children in adult bodies. So what do we call it? Child adult. You know what I mean. And you see it. You see some adults who still act like children, and you're probably wondering like why am I more mature? You're supposed to be the wise one. But, let's not judge. We're not judging here. We don't judge here. We're just making observations because we are the observer and the creator of our realities. So, how can we get down to understanding why these patterns keep happening? Well, here's the thing. Like I said, we have been taught to condition ourselves, manipulating ourselves from what we learned from our childhood to believe that we need the outer world to meet our needs. So henceforth, you go into a relationship and you're the independent one. You're the warrior. You're the one who gets shit done, and you're the one who's always giving. And you want a relationship where you get that, and get that in return, but yet you're dealing with someone who's always running away, or who's always abandoning you, or who's always making you feel like you're not good enough. That is how we trip ourselves up into believing that someone needs to take care of our needs. Now let's look at it in friendship. That could happen in a friendship too, where it's like, okay, I'm not gossiping about people, but yet this person's gossiping about me. I want someone to meet my needs of like being fair so I can trust them. Okay, so let's go into our lives, general, with a job. Okay, I have this job, even though it looks different, it is different. It's somehow I got fired or let go. I just don't like it the way I don't like that last one. The manager's just like this last manager. Daddy do that day, you know? So we're going to dive deep into understanding that these core needs that we have, we put that responsibility onto the outer world when, let's be honest, it's not the outer world's responsibility to take care of our own needs. We just haven't allowed ourselves to dive deep into our own hearts to ask our inner child what it needs. And why would I say inner child? Well, let's be honest. The needs that your soul seeking outside of you is the needs that were not met as a child. And I'm going to give you some examples from my childhood. Damn, I went deep, you guys. I was crying while I was doing this, but that's how you know you're allowing yourself. If you're really wanting to change your life, it takes pure awareness and it takes accountability. And yes, this shit is tough to the point a lot of people don't want to do this healing work. And this is why a lot of people stay asleep, is because it's so overbearing to deal with the traumas that we have faced. And this is why we suppress so much, and this is why the subconscious rules us more than the conscious mind. So for example, I wrote, what are my needs? Because, you know, this is the whole game. Instead of asking the outer world what we need, or feeling or blaming people or feeling disappointed, now it's time to take our power back and ask our hearts, our inner child, what is it? What need do I need? What desire do I need that needs to be met that wasn't met as a child? For example, for me, it's being seen and understood, compassion, intimacy, and no, not sexual intimacy. Intimacy like where you feel connected rather than separate. Small things that are meaningful, communication, truth, attention, a hug, being told I love you, accepted for who I am, comfort and safety, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, being listened to be vulnerable to someone, meaning like not having shame of my imperfections and showing that to someone who won't judge. And this is the beautiful thing when you allow yourself to dive deep into the shadows, because this is what it is. It's not only inner child work. Inner child work is shadow work. It's you facing your imperfections rather than be so self-absorbent in your perfections that we love to be over-exaggerated. What word am I trying to say? We over-exaggerate our perfections, hence the ego. So for me, I realized that what ways did I manipulate people to receive my needs? And this is what we do. This is how we put responsibility on the outer world rather than ourselves. For example, me, we're going to be real, we're going to be honest. Being passive aggressive. I front that I don't need anything or anyone. Well, mainly the people who say they don't want love are the ones who want love the most. Let's just be real. Being mean and putting someone down emotionally, thinking I need to know someone's problem instead of expressing my own, meaning that we're always trying to fix people, we're always trying to help people, but really we want to be held, we want to be helped. You see how this is a reciprocation of how everything always comes back to you. So let's get a little deeper. Now, you know what? There are some things that my guys are wanting me to share more, so let's do it. I lie and I act like I know it all, when in reality, I believe I have to take care of everyone. Being controlling, forceful, rather than speaking my needs. Oh my God, I can't remember my own right. I act like I am perfect and the other is imperfect. And we do that a lot, henceforth judgment. So let me turn this over. In other ways, in what ways do I make others' needs in what ways do I meet others' needs so I can meet mine? And this is where the cycle of toxicity happens. This is where you see the bondage, the temptations that you haven't faced start to surface within your life and your connections. So for one, that is, I hurt them until I forced them to open up. Yo, you guys, this was deep, because it starts to make me realize, wow, my parents are a lot like this. And this is, like I said, this is no judgment. You can't blame your parents. You can't judge them. They didn't know better. They were only teaching you what they knew best, even if it seemed like it wasn't good. Because I know a lot of people have some not delusional, but dysfunctional parents, and we all have dysfunctionality in our family. But we can't blame. The only thing that we could do is take responsibility, and I know it's tough to always be the mature one, but when you do, you choose to heal yourself, and that's how you change your life. So let's get a little more deeper. This is where we expect people to meet our needs, when in reality we should be asking ourselves what we need. So where was I? See, I'm gonna go into the inner child. Now this one's deep. Let's dive into the inner child. What needs and wants was not right for me to have as a child? And this is where we really have to be open-minded and open-hearted about, okay, if these relationships aren't working out, these friendships aren't working out, if nothing is changing in my life, what is it within inside of me that's attracting all of this over and over and over? And that's when you get real with yourself. Because when you get real with yourself, you can become your true, authentic self. And this, I'm going to share with you guys, because you know what? I have no shame. This life is not meant to be perfect. We don't have a guideline to teach us what we need to do, how to do it, and how to be successful. This life is a journey. It's all about creating and being one with it. But in order for us to create, we gotta heal. In order for us to heal, we gotta be real with ourselves. So for me, my needs and my wants that I didn't get as a child was being vulnerable and expressing my emotions. I didn't feel comfortable. I didn't feel safe. Every time I got into trouble, my mom punished me rather than listened or talked to me. Or anytime I got verbally abused by my siblings or my family, it was like, oh, don't be too emotional. You know, you'll be fine, grow up. It was like there was a lack of respect for my existence. That's how I felt. For example, not being listened to, not being accepted, just perceived as too much. Being talked to, just pushed aside and punished, and love was taken away. And that was the hardest thing to realize, like, oh, if I didn't do what other people wanted me to do, it was like love was taken from me. And that was a very hard thing to deal with. And that's why I realized, yeah, I had to realize that every relationship I had, the person abandoned me. And I'm like, okay. I started to realize that my inner child felt abandoned as a child, because there was a lot of moments in my life where I was abandoned by my parents when I needed them the most. And in relationships, people would think I was too much. I talked too much. I wanted too much. But in reality, I just wanted comfort. I wanted a communication where I felt connected. Do you see how when we can be aware, I'm just sharing my experience because it's easy for me to share it. When you can realize your own internal issues by asking the inner child what it needs, then here is how you meet your needs. You meet your needs by realizing all you ever seek and all you ever need is yourself. And I'm gonna be honest with you, you guys, there's nothing more fulfilling than realizing, like, wow, okay, I do want these things. I do want people in my life, but I don't need them because I realize I got me. I have me. And you get to a point of freedom, emotional freedom to the point you're not attached, you're not desperate, you're not seeking, you're not changing, you're not trying to prove your worth or seek validation. You're just allowing yourself to be fully expressed and fully authentic and fully vulnerable. So everything that you're seeking on the outside is what we need to give to ourselves. Because if we're not willing to meet our own needs, do you really think other people are going to meet our needs? Let's be honest. They really do say, when they say you really create your own reality, you really do. But in order to change your life, you have to go within your subconscious, and the subconscious rules majority of your life. It's 90% of your existence. So if you're not willing to face your problems, you're going to continue to have problems. And please understand, I don't want to say it as problems. I just want to say it as unconscious awareness that we haven't allowed ourselves to see. So those are the best ways I can say to ask your inner child. It's like, get a notebook, get a pen, and sit. Don't be on your phone. Don't be in silence. You saying, oh, I want to do something instead of this, that's distracting yourself. That's you running away. Don't do that to yourself. Don't do that to yourself. Be the parent that you needed as a child, and then be the lover that you need, and then be the friend that you need, and then be the manifester, be the riches, be the abundance that you seek. You see what I'm getting at? So when you do this exercise, don't judge yourself. Let it all out. Cry. Feel vulnerable. Because when you do, you exhibit such an energetic frequency that, wow, okay, I'm letting go of blockages, but now I'm creating a beautiful sacred space for me to express myself and for me to be known to the world, so I can attract what I need, because I'm finally giving it to myself. So, you beautiful beings, meet your own needs by going within and asking your inner child what it needs. Ask yourself what you need. Ask yourself what you want. If you don't know how to do it, go on Google, type in emotional needs, mental needs, and look at the list and see what it comes up, and then go from there. You guys, we're such in a resourceful time that we really do have all the resources to assist ourselves. So don't hold back doing this. It's gonna be a little tough. But listen, how can I say this? The toughest things are worth fighting for, because those are the things that last for the rest of your existence. And there's nothing much more worthy than realizing if I can meet my own needs, then I'm going to get that in return, and it's going to be multiplied, rather than me always seeking, always giving, and not getting anything in return. That's depletion. Don't do that to yourself. You don't do that. You don't need that. You don't do that. I mean, you don't deserve that. But I really hope this helps you, beautiful being. If it has, please hit that like button or write a comment. Like I said, if you want to dive deeper into working with me to do more inner child healing, then like I said, all of my services are in the link in the description underneath this video. Just understand we're all on this journey together. Have no shame in your journey. Have no shame in anything you go through. We're all in this together, and you are not judged. You are only loved. But other than that, you beautiful beings, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you so much. And follow me on Instagram if you like so, and hit that notification button or subscribe to this channel if this message resonated or assisted you in any way. But other than that, have a blissful day, and I'll see you on the next one. The divine within me sees the divinity within you.